Hi, I'm DJ from Einstein's and Noah's Restaurants, and today we're going to use our sun-dried tomato cream cheese to make a penne pasta with the sun-dried tomato cream cheese sauce. First of all, I have a saute pan. This is a 12-inch saute pan. We want to use the largest one you have, and I've preheated it so it's good and hot. That's an important step. You want to wait until that's good and hot before we start going. First, we're going to add some olive oil to this, and then some diced onions. Stir that a little bit, and we're going to add our sliced mushrooms and start sauteing. I'm going to do this for about 5 minutes. This is sauteed nicely. Now we're going to add our vegetables. I have some asparagus. I have yellow squash, about a 1-inch dice. And I have some zucchini, about a 1-inch dice as well. I'm going to saute this all up. It's going to take about another 5 minutes. Once my vegetables are slightly tender and sauteed nicely, I'm going to add some garlic. And I like to add some crushed red chili flakes in there. This is going to give it a little bit of heat and some intensity that going to taste really good. And then some black pepper. I'm going to saute this for another second. This is a nice dish that you can make while your guests are waiting, or once they're at your home, because the smells from this are just going to be incredible. Okay, once I've sauteed that garlic a little bit and have that great flavor, I'm going to add 12 ounces of chicken stock. And I have not really played with my heat much. I'm still at pretty much medium to high. So that's where you want to go. If your pan starts to burn, you could turn it down a little bit, but I would just saute it more and keep an eye on it. Once this comes up to a boil, we'll go to our next step. Okay, my vegetables and aromatics, mushrooms and onions are all boiling nicely with my chicken broth. Now I'm going to add 1 tub of Einstein's or Noah's sun-dried tomato cream cheese, and then a 1/4 cup of your favorite shredded cheese. This is an Asiago Parmesan Romano blend that we use on our Caesar salads, and then I'm just going to stir that in and create a nice smooth sauce. I haven't messed with my heat. I'm going to keep it on a good heat until this is all pretty much dissolved, and then I'll just turn it down to a slow simmer. You'll notice that this is a little bit on the thin side, but what you want is a thin sauce like this, because once you add the pasta in, the pasta is going to absorb the sauce and the sauce will thicken, and you'll see how nice and creamy and velvety the sauce becomes with the pasta. My sauce is finishing its cooking, so I'm going to get my pasta ready. For this recipe, it calls for a pound of penne pasta, and there's no way I'm going to fit a pound of penne pasta in with that. So what I've done is I've cooked my pasta in a nice big pot. I always want to make sure I have a lot of water in there. I'm going to take my drained pasta, add it to this pot, and then pour my sauce right on top before I serve it. This is all good, ready to go, and I'm just going to carefully pour it in here, starting on the bottom, dragging in the vegetables, and then pour the whole thing in, making sure I get all that good yum-yums on the bottom. Just going to stir this up. At this point, if you have your guests around watching you, you can grind some black pepper in here. You can add a little bit more cheese on top for a little show. But the best part with any pasta, especially one like with a great tomato flavor of our cream cheese, is just some fresh basil. I'm just going to, this cut is called chiffonade. It's just a fine shred. And I'm doing this right in front of my guests, so that all of the aromas of the basil are going to fill the room. I'll even add a little bit right now. Stir that in there. Okay, and then from here, it'll go right into my bowl. Notice how this sauce is, like I mentioned before, It's been all absorbed by the pasta. I just sprinkle the top with some basil. You can add a little bit more Parmesan or some black pepper if you like. But now when my guests go to eat this, or I serve it to them, they're going to get that nice fresh smell of basil as they're waiting to be served. And there you have it, penne pasta with sun-dried tomato cream cheese sauce.